All right, so first of all, look how cool the Talon looks at full down travel. Man, I should really crank up that preload. Dang, thing is mean. All right, so the I-4wd drive does more than I expected it to do. So right now, we're not in override, but we are in regular I-4wd drive. And you can see that I can spin this wheel nice and slow continuously, and the other wheel's spinning the same direction, right? Spinning both backwards. And that means that I'm not actually locked in. If you look back there, you can see I'm spinning the drive shaft, which means, or I'm not spinning the drive shaft, which means that it's open. But watch, if you go real quick, it'll decide that it wants to lock it in. See that? And that's because it's paying attention to the speed of both the axles and stuff. And once it locks in, when it decides it wants to, then you have your differential action where that wheel will start going back the opposite direction of this one. But it decides when it wants to do it, right? It's not all the time. There's a delayed engagement. I didn't even realize it was doing that because it does a pretty good job of it. But that thing is constantly disconnecting and connecting that clutch right there. Check this out. So I'm still in I-4wd drive. I hit the override, which means this switch does nothing. It just locks it in solid. Now, boom, no delayed engagement. It's just locked. So it really does override it. I thought it was just going to get rid of the I part of it, meaning the brake distribution, but it does more than that. So I thought basically I was going to use it as like the A-track button on a Toyota. When you want your open diff, you have it. When you press it, you get your brake limited slip assist. But it actually does a little bit more than that and makes sure that it's locked in. So I'm pretty impressed by that. Their instructions were not misleading, and that's pretty cool, and it seems to work great. So again, once you have this in override, doesn't matter what position your stock switch is in, you're locked. So you really have three positions. You have two-wheel drive, then you have three-wheel drive, then you have three-wheel drive plus limited slip. With the portals, you want to be in three-wheel drive most of the time unless you really need that extra help with the brakes. Otherwise, you're going to eat through brake pads, and it robs some power because it's trying not to hurt its front brakes when it's doing that thing. So really cool setup. Pretty good mod. It's like 115 bucks or something. Yeah, all you're getting is a switch and some wires and some nice connectors. If you could do it yourself cheaper, sure, but it's like a $20,000 toy. Just buy the right part and support the company that figured it out. Okay, so now we're gonna change the winch rope, but I'm pretty happy with that mod right there, I'll tell you what.